Are you going to win?
That's the plan. Working on it.
Pazzi, what are the benefits of playing a team in back-to-back games?
Benefits. Well, it's fresh memory. It's those games are great in the sense that it represents a playoff format, if we want to call it that way. So you play back-to-back, make some adjustments from the last game. It's fresh in our memories, but that'd be it.
Hey, Pazzi. Curious. I'm curious if you have an update on Adam Fantilli. It's been about that 8-week mark for him. What's his status, I guess, moving forward for the rest?
Yeah, he's still working on recovery, a bit slower than expected. I was really hoping to see him back before the end of the season. We don't know yet. I still hope, but it's a little bit slower than expected.
It's all Justin and Sean Corrali out there today. What are their statuses?
Day-to-day for those two. I think Danforth is closer than Sean, but it's day-to-day.
Pazzi, being back home here, do you expect just to get a lift out of just being in this environment and having it be a special night? Do you expect to get a lift out of that tonight?
I hope so. I certainly hope so. And we talked to the players after the morning skate. We don't have many home games left, and we want to make sure that we keep pushing till the end of the season. So it's a big night. Guys have a tremendous respect for Jeff Rimmer, and it's a big night, and we want to make sure that we play properly.
Getting Alex Nylander back tonight?
Yes.
So what have you, obviously he's had the great start. What did you miss most about him?
His poise, skating. He's a good skater. Reads. He's been on our top line for a while. Having said that, I really didn't mind Voronkov on that line the last game. I thought he had some good jump and he played well. But power play for Nylander. He's been a good player for us. So we welcome him back.
Who do you have in net tonight?
Elvis.
And with Tarasov having a really good game, what's the decision between rewarding good play versus keeping a rotation?
So we have a longer plan. Without going into the details, the number one thing would be a win. That's the reward. But he's been playing well, and he knows that.
Pazzi, this is probably a source of frustration for you this season, but stumbled on a stat this morning. You've scored first in 40 games this year, more than half of your games. That's top 10 in the league. That's usually an indicator of a good team and a winning team. Do you have any thoughts on that, how the great starts you've had have not resulted, as they typically do in this league, in wins? I'm sure it's a source of frustration, but how do you view that?
I would have to double check. Scoring the first goal is important. It shows that the preparation was right. Certainly, I think our team, the age of our team, where we're at, second and third period is more of an issue that I need to focus on. But I've seen good starts for a big chunk of the season. Guys going the right way in the first period and establishing that pace. We've been in games the whole year. We could say that since the end of the trading period, it's been different, a little bit tougher for us, and we expected it. Decisions were made, and they were the right decisions for the team in the future. But and combined with the injuries, but I've seen a team that is prepared and play the right way in the first period, and those first goals are an indication of that. Now the next step will be to expand on that first goal, something that we haven't been doing this year.
Do you sense fatigue later in games?
Yep. And part of it is we're a young team, and I this is a fact. And physically where you're at a younger age in this league versus the 28, 29, 30 years old, you can't, the way you can sustain those that momentum is just not there yet. We're going to work hard to make it happen over time, but that's not an easy fix that you can fix in a week or two. It's going to take some time.
I wanted to ask about Malatesta and just his first 2 games. You look at the hit numbers. He's not been afraid to throw the body around. Has he come as advertised for you to this point?
Yeah, he does. And that's what we tell our young players. When you come in, you have to make an impression, and you need to be seen. We need to see that you're going to bring something, a flavor, and he's got some spice. So it's a good start for him. He's been noticed, and we know he's a guy that plays like that all the time. Can he do it consistently in the NHL? That's going to be up to him to prove it. But so far, he's been exactly like advertised.
I think the only injury update we didn't get was Chinnikov. What's the latest with Chinny?
Same. It's right now. It's week to week.
Anything else?
Come on, Jeff Rimmer, please.
Let's go.
Right into it, just Jeff Remmer, obviously a legend here. What can you say about the impact he's had on the team?
Well, Jeff Rimmer, he's a good man. He's been doing this 41 years, 20 years here. I'm going to tell you this, and I was asked, he said, if you have any stories about Jeff. I don't have a story. I have the story of a man that's been around pro sports. He's been in Montreal. We talked about a few stories of him moving and having the help of, who was it, Rims? Larry Robinson and those guys, or Gary Carter, and he knows a lot of people. And every time I go somewhere, and that's the true story, there's somebody that is asking me, how's Jeff doing? How is he doing? And I feel very privileged that I had the opportunity to meet this man. We've had great chats. He's a good man, and I know you all feel that way. Speak to my good friend Paul Maurice. Ask about Jeff Rimmer everywhere I go. So this man had an impact on a lot of lives, on our team as well. The guys love him in the room. He's been not only a good professional since I've been here, but for his 41 years, but he's an even better man. So today we're lucky to be living that day with him and honor the man. It's well deserved.